Fashion brands have gotten better at selling luxury than building it. We're exposing 5 brands draining your money and 5 that give real value back. And it all starts with brands that don't just sell clothes, they sell perception. Number 5. Shein. Shein turned shopping into something that feels almost weightless. A full outfit, dress, top, and accessories can come to under $15, and buying barely registers as a decision. You add things to your cart the way you scroll through a feed, quickly, casually, without thinking about what you need. That's the trap. When a dress costs $8, you stop thinking critically. One item becomes 5, 5 becomes 10, and before you realize it, you've spent real money on things you'll wear once and forget. The low price doesn't make you a smarter shopper. It just removes the pause that would normally make you reconsider. What this creates over time is a wardrobe full of clothes and nothing worth wearing twice. Shein sells the idea that fashion should be unlimited and effortless. What it delivers is a cycle of buying, discarding, and buying again, where the real cost only becomes visible when you add it all up. Number 4. Zara. Zara has figured out how to make fast fashion feel more premium than it really is. The stores are designed with intention, soft lighting, minimal layouts, and carefully arranged displays that belong in a magazine editorial. From the moment you walk in, everything signals quality and taste, but the experience is built for the store, not for your closet. Zara's entire system runs on speed: new collections, constant rotation, and quiet pressure to buy before something disappears. A blazer for $89 feels like a reasonable deal in that environment, so the decision comes fast. This keeps you reacting rather than planning. Once those pieces enter your daily life, the gap starts to show. Fabrics thin out, structure fades after a few washes, and that sharp look turns tired far sooner than it should. The real issue with Zara isn't any single item. It's that the brand trains you to treat fashion as temporary, and once you're in that mindset, you're always replacing things instead of building something worth keeping. Number 3. Nordstrom Private Label. Nordstrom earns trust differently from most retailers. It doesn't need loud marketing, because the reputation does the work. People walk in already believing that anything on those shelves has been held to a higher standard, and that belief quietly shapes every purchasing decision before a single tag gets flipped. The problem is that trust has become the product. Many private label pieces are built from materials and construction methods you'd find at a much lower price point elsewhere, yet those blouses still land at $80 to $120, sitting right next to external brands at similar prices with noticeably better construction. What you're paying for is confidence, the feeling that shopping here means you didn't cut corners. That's a real feeling, but it's not the same as real quality. Number 2. Anthropologie. Anthropologie doesn't sell clothes the way most stores do. It sells a feeling, specifically the feeling of having discovered something artistic in a world full of generic options. The stores are designed like curated spaces, full of textures, warm lighting, and vintage-inspired details that make you feel somewhere special before you've touched a single item. That atmosphere is doing a lot of heavy lifting. When everything around you feels considered and beautiful, the clothes inherit that perception. A casual cotton dress at $128 or a simple blouse at $98 feels justified in that setting. But take the item home, out of that world, and the picture changes quickly. A lot of the pieces are made from standard materials, and the construction doesn't always hold up to the price attached. What felt unique in the store often looks far more ordinary once the atmosphere is gone. Anthropologie is genuinely good at what it does. It just isn't selling clothes as much as it's selling a lifestyle fantasy. Number 1. Michael Kors. Michael Kors sits in a very specific sweet spot, expensive enough to feel like a status move, accessible enough that the logo shows up everywhere. A signature tote runs between $300 and $500, a crossbody around $200 to $350, and that's exactly where the problem begins, because what the brand sells isn't craftsmanship, it's recognition. Look past the polished surface and the picture shifts fast. Hardware loses its finish. Stitching wears down under regular use. Materials that looked refined in the store start behaving like what they actually are: mid-range goods dressed up in premium positioning. The construction is built for first impressions, not for longevity. Constant sales and department store markdowns train buyers to feel like they're getting a deal, even when the original prices were inflated well beyond the actual quality. The logo becomes justification, and what you've purchased isn't durability. It's the idea of belonging to an image that doesn't hold up nearly as well as the marketing suggests. Now that you've seen how brands quietly drain your wallet through image and perception, let's flip it, because the next 5 don't sell illusion, they sell real value. Number 5. COS. COS builds its identity around restraint, which is a rarer quality in fashion than it sounds. The brand isn't chasing what's trending right now, it's focused on pieces that work across seasons, across years, and across the kind of shifting personal style most people go through over time. Dresses typically run between $100 and $175, and a well-made blazer sits around $150 to $200 above fast fashion, but nowhere near luxury pricing. European fabric sourcing, deliberate tailoring, and a refusal to over-design give the pieces their staying power. Number 4. Eileen Fisher. Eileen Fisher starts with a different question, not what's popular right now, but how long will this last? A silk blouse might run around $200, and quality trousers sit between $180 and $250, but the materials are chosen for longevity. The silhouettes are designed to stay relevant rather than peak and fade, and the brand operates a take-back program that lets older pieces be returned, repaired, or resold. The most useful idea this brand introduces is cost per wear. A $200 top worn consistently for 5 years works out to almost nothing per use. A $40 alternative that falls apart in a season ends up costing more in the long run. That math changes how you shop, and that's the point. Number 3. And Other Stories. And Other Stories doesn't rely on heavy branding to signal value, which is exactly what makes it interesting. The quality is in the details. Italian leather, solid brass hardware, fabrics with a weight and finish that feel more considered than the price suggests. A leather bag that would run $400 elsewhere sits closer to $150 here. And a well-constructed dress lands around $80 to $120 without pretending to be more than it is. There's no aggressive marketing, no manufactured exclusivity, no logo doing the work that the construction should be doing. What you get instead is clothing and accessories that feel elevated in an everyday way. Not flashy, just genuinely well-made. Number 2. Cézanne. Cézanne carries a very specific kind of confidence, the kind that doesn't need to announce itself. Rooted in French design, the brand focuses on simple, balanced styles instead of constantly changing things up. Knitwear runs around $90 to $130, and dresses sit comfortably in the $120 to $180 range, pricing that reflects actual material and construction choices rather than brand inflation. Smaller, focused collections take away the pressure to keep dropping new items or push people into buying fast. The production is more deliberate, the material choices are more careful, and the overall rhythm feels considered rather than reactive. Number 1. Air. Air is built around something most fashion brands overlook entirely: how clothes behave once you're living in them. Not how they look on a rack, not how they photograph on a model, but how they fit, move, and hold up across a full day of real use. Their jeans run around $195, and a structured blazer sits closer to $295, prices that reflect genuine construction rather than a name on the label. The fit is engineered for real bodies, the fabrics are chosen to support movement without losing shape, and the designs stay consistent rather than chasing seasonal shifts. The result is a wardrobe that earns trust over time. You reach for these pieces repeatedly, not because they make a statement, but because they always work. And that kind of reliability is ultimately what separates something worth buying from something you'll eventually wish you hadn't. Don't shop for what looks good at the moment, shop for what lasts. For more insight like this, make sure to subscribe to our channel.